This main area is actually controlled by that wall control. There's sensors in here, but there's also a wall control back there. So the wall control for the main area is right next to the switch for the trophy case. Let me go get a shot of that. So the switch is for the trophy case. The wall control is there. This main area.
Oh, this is the switch on.
You need to off, please. All right, so this is one of those areas we mentioned earlier, right? The lights that you see on are your egress lights. They're also night lights, right? So by design, they're on 24/7, right? They're LED, they're not gonna burn out. But these lights are always gonna be on. So even though you turn the lights out, these are still on, okay? If you dim them up and down, they're not gonna dim either because they're night lights, right? So they will not dim. So that's part of the, if somebody comes up and says, well, we got some lights that won't dim, make sure that they are not night lights, because they are not supposed to dim. They're locked on by the engineer's design. So that wall control is for the main area. This wall control should be for this area here, which also has some night lights. And then the wall controls on the sides are for the outdoor. And all these areas are sensorized. You can see that there's a sensor in the middle. So if they get left on, which is probably going to happen, the sensors will turn them off after everybody leaves, right? Okay? So, what's that? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10-minute timeout.
You got them in the classroom also?
Classrooms, the default timeout is, we haven't changed it, did we, Stephen? It's all standard, right? So 10-minute timeout. 10-minute timeout is the standard. Now that is both, in most cases, we're talking dual technology sensors in enclosed areas. So that's 10 minutes without a warm body moving in the space, and 10 minutes without any noise, any hard noises. It works off of leading edge noises, right? So way our sensors work, it takes a warm body entering the space to turn the lights on. Once they're on, then it uses a microphone in there to basically detect the fact that you're still in there. So like if all you're doing is taking a test, this is one of the concerns in a classroom, right? Testing, right? Not very many people moving around, right? If they're doing testing, they're very still. We don't want the lights being shutting off on people while they're taking a test. So all it takes is somebody making a small noise, cough, somebody talking or anything like that, and our motion sensors will pick that up. You'll find that it works really well, right? Now, after hours, right? After hours, you'll also find that it works pretty well. And so that's one of the things that we generally turn off after hours is we turn off microphones. And for the energy managers, that's a strategy you guys can explore where, hey, after hours, let's turn off the microphones and let's see if the building shuts down a little faster, right? We want a flexible building. We want one that we don't have to schedule, but we want to make sure that we're not wasting energy, but we don't want to impact somebody having a test. So the cool thing about this lighting control system, in the classrooms, in any space where the system is in play, you can have one setting during the day and one setting at night. And that's, from the energy manager standpoint, that's something I think you guys should explore. What settings do you want at night? Right now, it's set up for day. So you're going to see a lot of lights on. So, and you also have some spaces that we've noticed that there's some false triggers. One of the things that we noticed was that the water coolers, you got a water cooler sitting right underneath a motion sensor, and when that water cooler kicks on, it's false triggering some of the sensors. And so we've kind of eliminated a few of those already. We've already spotted them. We've already basically said, that's a false trigger, and we've eliminated that.
The microphone on it?
No, it triggers the heat.
Oh, okay.
Because, a water cooler is a compressor underneath there, so it's moving, and it's generating heat, and it's throwing heat out into the space, and it's false triggering the sensor. So that's something to think about. Any questions on this kind of big, wide open space? We can't go up there, but it's very similar. No schedule, right? Sensors in the tile, the sensors up there, and the dimming and the wall control. So it's either manual control or sensor control. Okay? Let's see.